From the Opubco studios in Oklahoma City, this is an OU Update with Jason Kersey. I'm Jenni Carlson. Jason, Sterling Shepard returning punts for the Sooners and doing a nice job. They got a decent amount out of all the return game on Saturday in that season opener. But your thoughts on Sterling Shepard as a punt returner?
Well, it's something he's wanted to do since he arrived at OU, and he had Justin Brown and Jalen Saunders in front of him, so he never really got the chance to do it. Now that those guys are gone, the job is pretty much his, and he really did a nice job. He went back for 3 punts. He returned 2 for an average of 17.5 yards, which really is pretty darn good. So I think his skill set, his speed, makes him a really good punt returner back there.
I asked about your thoughts as a punt returner, and somebody else has some thoughts about Sterling Shepard as a punt returner. I think while Sooner Nation is excited to see what he can do back there, his mother, Sherry, as Sterling talked about the other day, is not so excited to see him returning those punts.
My mom tells me all the time she hates that I'm doing punt return, but yeah, I mean, those are some of the reasons. She remembers seeing my dad getting kind of clobbered back there, but I'm not worried about it. That's the name of the game. You're gonna get hit, but I just want to help the team any way I can.
Well, Jason, you had a chance to talk to Sherry Shepard about her unease with all this. What does that all date back to?
Date back to October 1988. She was in the Astrodome stands and watched her husband, Derek, get knocked unconscious during a kick return by Eugene Seal in a play that really a lot of people remember as one of the biggest hits, that most people can remember in football.
Right.
So at that time, there were no cell phones, so she said she went hours without knowing what was going on with him.
Wow.
And so she is very uneasy about him returning punts and kicks. Now, he did it in high school, but it's a lot different when you're going against Cassidy than when you're going against Texas. So so now it's a little bit more scary. And she's already had to deal with one concussion from him last year in Baylor. On offense, he suffered a concussion. So these things are very scary to Sherry Shepard.
I'm sure it doesn't make her feel any better knowing that on those punts especially, your eyes are up. You can't look at anything coming at you. At least on kick return, you've got a little bit of a leeway there.
Yeah, and that's exactly what she said. It's just but she said, last week against Louisiana Tech, she said she was oddly in a good place during it, but she said she spent the week before praying for him, so she's okay.
Yeah, and then holding her breath probably during those punts. Thanks, Jason. Sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.